So here are some reasons why I'm excited for the Xiaomi Mi A2, and here are some other reasons why I'm not, and these are the reasons why. So of course, starting with the build quality, the Mi A1, Mi A2, they're never going to impress me that much because it's a unibody metal construction and it's not actually that small. The bezels around the screen are nothing to write home about because that's one thing that Xiaomi really has not focused on their Xiaomi Mi A line. It's just not something that they have really put much effort into, and they've left the bezels to be not too bad actually, but they're still not great either. This phone doesn't have a notch, which is a plus for some people. I would personally like a notch actually, now that I've used notched phones, but I know there are people out there who would prefer not to have a notch. The display on the Mi A2 Mi 6X here is not going to be super impressive. It's not a Super AMOLED screen, it's not an OLED screen, it's just a regular LCD that's not actually that bright either. And that is another reason why this phone here is not going to be too impressive. It is going to have its typical, touch sensitivity and all that kind of stuff, but apart from that, there really isn't going to be anything special with the Xiaomi Mi A2. The audio quality here on the Mi A2 is going to be pretty much average. I don't really expect much from there. It's definitely no way it's going to match up to the Smartest Not Pro 2 because Xiaomi generally doesn't put amazing amounts of effort into the speaker as Smartisan does, especially in the Smartisan Not Pro 2, which has an amazing speaker obviously, but here it's not going to be super amazing. Now, this is the main reason why I'm not too excited about the Xiaomi Mi A2, and that will be the battery life. So, going over the specifications really quickly, we have a Snapdragon 660 with a 3000 mAh battery. Now, let's compare this to its closest sibling in the Xiaomi family, the Xiaomi Mi Note 3, which has a Snapdragon 660 and a 3500 mAh battery. Now, the Xiaomi Mi Note 3 actually comes with pretty good battery life. I was able to get around 8-9 hours of screen on time, which is actually not bad considering the Snapdragon 660 with the cryo cores are really not that efficient. I mean, they're not bad, but they're also nothing compared to the Snapdragon 625. So with the Xiaomi Mi A2, the Mi 6X, this thing is not going to have very good battery life. I'm anticipating 6 to 7 hours, maybe even 5 hours of screen on time, assuming how well they optimize it in the Xiaomi Mi A2, because it's really not going to get that much battery life, and that is the main reason why I am really not excited about this phone at all. In terms of performance and software, of course, there really won't be anything to complain about. First of all, you have the latest MIUI. You also will have Android 8.0 or 8.1 Oreo, and performance on the Snapdragon 660 is going to be amazing. Gaming is going to be no problem at all either. I don't really have an issue with that. Then again, I do like my stock Android on the Mi A2. The Mi 6X obviously has MIUI, but the Mi A2 here is going to come with stock Android, and that is something that I actually am looking forward to because I've lived for a long time in other ecosystems that are not stock Android, and I just want to go back simple stock Android, nothing that is too complicated. Now, talking next about the network connectivity, it's going to be the usual in Xiaomi phones with bands 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, and 8, which is going to be good for US and Canada. Nothing to write home about that. There isn't going to be any NFC, and that is something that I've come to look for in phones as I continue reviewing them. NFC is something that's very important to me, and I really hope that they come up with a version with NFC, because this one, the Mi A2, does not have any NFC, and that is a problem for me. Now, coming up to the biggest reason why I am excited for the Xiaomi Mi A2 is going to be the camera. You have a 12 megapixel camera and a 20 megapixel rear camera, so you got two cameras on the back, and on the front you have the camera with a front-facing flash. Now, looking at the camera samples on the Mi 6X, they're actually insanely good, and the Mi A2 is going to be as good, if not better, than the Xiaomi Mi 6X, which has some very, very good photo samples. It looks very, very good. There's a lot of detail. It's actually on par, if not better, than the Xiaomi Mi Note 3, which is a higher end phone. So I'm very impressed with that. And even the low light shots on the Mi A2, the camera samples, they're actually not too bad according to Android Central, especially because in low light you have that 20 megapixel camera doing some magic. It's called pixel binning, and I'll let you guys Google that if you guys are interested in that. But that makes the low light photos a lot better. And of course we have 4K recording as well, and that is also not bad, and there's electronic image stabilization. So what are your thoughts on the Xiaomi Mi A2? Especially for me, I am excited and not excited for the Mi A2 at the same time, and I really don't know what to expect of it, and I really don't know until I get my hands on it. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the little notification bell to make sure you're notified of any of the latest videos that come out. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.